going on, y'all?
Chris, such a strong display of offense last week. How do you keep it going?
Um, I mean, honestly, I think we got to stick to the fundamentals, right? I think we did a really good job last week of running the ball, and that's like a byproduct of the offensive line doing a great job blocking as well as the receivers on the perimeter. I think if we do that, like that's the foundation of it. And then just like throwing and catching when opportunities are there. Bake's been really good this year in terms of like putting the ball where we need it to be, and it's on us as receivers to make those plays. So I think in order for us to continue, we just got we can't get too ahead of ourselves, right? We got to stay right where we are and make the plays that are there.
Just through 6 games, Bake's just 29 yards shy of his all-time career high in rushing yards. How would you describe him as a runner?
Man, I think he's faster than people realize. Like, he's obviously grit is a term that gets thrown around with Bake a bunch, and obviously that fits. But he's a little speed demon out there too, man. Like he's shaking guys, trying to run people over. I think that kind of stuff fires him up though.
Is there one thing that you can pinpoint on why you yourself are having just so much success this year?
I don't know if it's just one thing, pinpointing. I think that there's a lot of things that play into the that to take into account when it comes to success, like with anybody, right? Like scheme. I think like the time that we've put in. I think me and Big being more familiar with each other, like through a year. I think a year being beyond, like an extra year being beyond my injury, and then just like the work that I put in over the offseason during training camp. Me and B-Mac have been putting in a lot of work throughout the OTA period and all that, and I think things are just kind of lining up right now. I think the thing I'm most excited about though is being able to take advantage of my opportunities so that I can help contribute to wins, because stats are cool and all, but when it comes to winning and losing, nobody wants to be a great player on a losing team. Like you look at guys that are on in those situations, and they're frustrated every week, and it's there's no fun. So I want to be a big part of a winning team.
When you guys are in a game like New Orleans where, the second quarter kind of got away from you and tempers are flaring a little bit and guys are frustrated, just how much does it maybe help you, or does it help you when you have a coach like Coach Bowles where, as guys have said, he's kind of the same guy on the sideline regardless of the situation. He kind of is able to maintain kind of an even keel temperament.
Yeah, I mean that is how he is, all the time. But I think that the way that we're able to turn it around, I think that speaks a little bit more to the demeanor of the guys on the team, our resiliency. It could have been very easy for us to in that situation, being up 17 and then the momentum shifting and them going up on us. It could have been very easy for a team to just fold, but we didn't do that at all. And I think that's gonna go very far for us throughout the season, just in terms of being able to battle adversity, be able to bounce back when things aren't going well, and understand that we can still turn it on and what we scored 27 unanswered or something like that. It's the NFL, and that's a good team. It's not easy to do that. So I think those are the things that we're gonna have to lean on when things get tough throughout the season.
What about some of the halftime adjustments that were made in this past game or even in previous games? Like, for instance, the way the game was going, some coaches may have panicked a little bit and tried to pass the ball more, but this team instead was running the ball more, and that seemed to kind of settle things as well and really kind of created a sense of balance for you guys in the second half.
Yeah, I don't think that at halftime, it wasn't like we were changing our game plan. We still stuck to what the plan was. We just stopped turning the ball over and stopped committing so many penalties. That was a large portion of why the second quarter got away from us. It's hard to try to do anything when you're turning the ball over, especially in your own territory, right? We put our defense in a terrible spot, way too many times, and so it's hard for them to it's hard for the other team to not capitalize on it, right? So, go ahead. No, you're fine. But so it was just us not turning the ball over and not having those penalties that really translated more to us being more successful.
Chris, can I add? This is the first game back since the Hurricanes. What will this be like for you emotionally, and just how much do you guys want to win for your city now that you're back at Raymond James?
Yeah, I think that's a good point. I think that just being able to go out there and to be a sense of reprieve for people through these really tough times, I think will be a good thing, right? I'm sure it'll be exciting for fans to be able to make it to the game, especially a Monday night game, and to be able to focus on something other than the devastation that's happened around Florida. It's good to be home. There's a lot of people here that are dealing with a lot of devastation in their homes, making sure their homes are okay. and make sure that their families are okay. So like that's the important thing. When we get to when we get to Monday, we'll take care of that. But I'm just happy that we're all here. We get to be in our homes and get the time to take care of our business at our home building. Yeah. You said, was I looking for worse? I don't know why not, right? Like Tristan, he's an athlete. You guys see him jumping out of pools. Like he caught it clean, right? Honestly, I was just trying to make something happen, right? Like we all know how those end of half plays are like go. Like it's kind of just like a free for all. I would have loved to just caught it and looked up and nobody had been there, but try to get Tristan more involved. I guess I heard that the Lions were going to get their offensive tackle involved. I want to get T involved too.
Chris, offensively, you guys kind of been one-dimensional coming into this year.
Yeah.
Running game dead last in the league. Now it's ranked higher than your passing attack. How much has that opened up the offense altogether? The fact that you're able to be a dual threat now.
Yeah, I mean it's a huge part of our offense. Like, and it has to continue to be that, right? Like being one-dimensional it makes it so challenging on everybody offensively because, sorry about that. So like, because defensive linemen can pin their ears back and rush the passer, so it's tougher on the offensive linemen, which obviously it gives us less time in our routes. It's tougher on the quarterback. So if we're able to run the ball effectively and have dominant performances in that, it's going to open up the play action, the screen, open up the whole offense. So I think it's going to be really big for us to continue to grow in that area. We're doing some really good things, but I think that we can still be better.
How much pride do you take in helping establish that team-first culture? You and Mike both could have been number ones on any team over the years, and then now the running back room, you've got 3 guys that have each gone for over 100 yards from scrimmage this season.
Yeah.
What is the team's culture, and how much pride do you take in helping influence it?
Well, I mean, I think like that's just our team, like in general. Like we're all unselfish guys. I think we're all just focused on winning, and like that's just like been the culture, like top down, right? Like it's whatever we can do, to make it shake, right? Like if you look on the wall out there, it's all hands on deck. It's out there. Like that's like a team motto that we have, and I think that you can see that permeating throughout the team. Like you said, we got 3 running backs that have been 100 all-purpose yards. We got a full receiver room of guys that can make plays and have made plays when their number is called. So it's not like any one person. It's like a collective thing, and the more we can just focus on that and to just bond together as a unit, I think the better off we'll be moving forward.
What's the most challenging thing about playing Baltimore on a Monday night?
You said the most challenging thing?
Yes.
I mean, I think they're a very talented team, right? And they're one of the hottest teams in the league right now. It's going to be tough, obviously. Like what they do offensively is very impressive, but like they're also very impressive defensively. They got stars at each level of the defense. So like it's going to be a challenge for us to really figure out a way to attack them. But like just how they have great players, we also have great players. So I think it's going to be a really good matchup on Monday night. Yes, sir. Hope you guys are good. Yeah. I hope all of you guys at home is good as well.
Yeah, we have electricity, right?
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Thanks. So, Sean, what was last week like for you? Obviously, you went through your rookie year, not getting a lot of opportunities. It's kind of a growing time for you, and to have a game that like you had this past week, what did it mean to you?
Not a lot. Just getting back into the swing of things. Kind of felt normal for me, just being back on the field. Running back, just running the ball, helping my team win as much as I can.
Everyone talks about the 3-headed monster here with the 3 running backs, but can you kind of describe what Baker is like as a runner?
Baker definitely has a lot of skill to him that you wouldn't expect just looking at him. In every game he's always scrambling, getting out of tough tackles and escaping and then making a play on the ball. So, he definitely has some ability and helps extend plays for us.
Sean, there's a lot of running backs and a lot of NFL players that go through their entire career, have illustrious careers, Pro Bowl careers. They don't win NFC Offensive Player of the Week award. You kind of did that in really your first extended action. What does that mean to you, and how cool is that?
Meant a lot. It just shows all the hard work that I put into the game. A lot of thanks to my O-line and the receivers out there helping me along the way throughout the game. But it definitely felt good and just shows the work I put in.
You're a Baltimore guy. You grew up a Ravens guy? What was that like?
Yeah, I grew up a Ravens. My whole family loves the Ravens, so being able to play them is going to be a good experience.
Have you gone to games?
I probably went to about 2 or 3 my whole life. Not too many, but yeah, I always grew up a Ravens fan.
Everybody back home?
Everybody, yeah.
This team finished 2 previous years last in rushing. This year, you guys are 8th, actually ranked higher than the passing attack. What has you seen? What has changed for the team overall in the running game that you think's improved?
Yeah, I would say our mentality has changed, and Coach Liam coming in and getting everybody right. With his system, a lot of guys up front and our receivers just have a different mentality when it comes to running and coming every game, trying to win the ball and punish our opponents.
What is about his scheme that kind of makes the running game kind of work?
I would say everyone just being aggressive. Everyone working together as one. We're running the ball. It's a team effort. It definitely shows in the game.
Sean, when you're out there making those cuts and getting to the second level and picking up your speed and all that, you kind of feel like those Syracuse days, like it feels kind of natural and normal and all of that?
Yeah, I'd say it feels natural. Just instincts. Once you get past like the D-line, you see all the secondary guys, linebackers, DBs, just instincts take over and using my speed and trying to get yards and help my team.
With all the work you put in, when you kind of broke that one and saw the end zone open to you, and you were going to score, what kind of went through your mind?
It felt good. Once I scored, I was that was like my first one. I made sure I kept the ball. That was going through my mind, and celebrating with the guys on the sideline.
All right, thanks, Sean.
Thank you. Appreciate it.